All right, welcome back. So today we're going to work with 2-measure fills. The fills that we've done before, we've done 16th note fills, we've done 8th note fills, we've done full measure fills, we've done 1-beat fills, 2-beat fills, 3-beat fills. We've used quarter notes, 8th notes, 16th notes. But there's 2 things that we haven't covered yet in fills that are both very, very important. We talked about the different lengths of the fills, but we maximize them at 1 measure. Well, fills don't have to have a maximum size. They can be any length that we really want. So what we wanted to do on this page is make sure that we did a 2-measure fill, so you got used to kind of playing something a little bit bigger than just that 1 measure. We essentially don't want you to be trapped into thinking that there's only one way to do things. Now, the other thing that we haven't done with the fills is we haven't used the bass drum in the fill. We've done them in the fills by using them on beat 1, but we haven't used them as an instrument on their own. If I'm playing a beat, I've got my hi-hat, snare drum, bass drum playing. I've got a really good low end going with my bass drum that's really thickening up the sound of the band. And then I go to a fill and I ignore my bass drum, it really hollows out my sound. So you want to use your bass drum in your fills, no matter if you're using them as an extra instrument or just to thicken that sound to keep that low end going while you're playing your fills. So we do want to add that in, and that's something that you should definitely keep in all of your own personal fills too, is make sure that bass drum's in there. Now, adding the bass drum though into the fills does cause a little bit of problems because it's harder for us to read. So if you look at like fill 1, you notice that right off the bat, we've got snare, 2 bass drums, and then 2 floor toms. But as you're sight reading it, the brain can kind of confuse the floor tom and the bass drum, especially since so far it's pretty much just been floor tom for the fills. So that's gonna be one of the obstacles that we have to overcome, but make sure you're very clear on which one that you're hitting, whether it's the bass drum or the floor tom. Okay, now before we also did the beat 3 times, fill once, beat 3 times, fill once. That works great when we're doing 1-measure fills. When we're doing 4-measure fills, we gotta change that a little bit. So now you're gonna do the beat twice, then do the 2-measure fill, the beat twice again, then the 2-measure fill. That way you're still keeping in that grouping of 4. Okay, so let's try fill number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fill number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fill number 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fill number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fill 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fill 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. And fill 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic. All right. That covers rock fills for this book. The biggest thing that I really want you to take out of this is that some of these things that we did in here won't totally make sense as to why until you get a little bit more further along. But I would definitely encourage you to take all the ideas of the different lengths of the fills, the different notes for the fills, the different sticking, and the use of the bass drum, and try to create your own fills. Try to come up with some of your own ideas with them, because you're going to play the fills most that you like the best, not the fills that I tell you to do. Awesome job. More fun stuff next, so stick with us. We've got rock song number 2, the play along.